It's time for the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are in a city that sure had its share of memorable playoff games in the past. Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. From the 6.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
By number 25.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 53 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Good. Makes the score Steelers 7, Broncos 0.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Locke working out of the gun. That's going to be caught by Judy. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
It's a gain of 32. First down, Denver.
Locke taking the snap at 1. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score.
Steelers.
Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
And his kick is good.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Broncos nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
At the 28.
Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Clock now to throw. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Locke. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A toss play to the
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Formation.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. In his end zone, here's Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. It got his man complete. And all the way down 35. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 64 yards.
And the Broncos first down.
Clock now on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Raekwon McMillan. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at the 28-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Judy, incomplete. Minkah Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Locke will try again on second down. Again, he targets Judy, and this time the catch made. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Steelers 14, Broncos 7.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Shotgun snap to Locke. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Gain of 9.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 5-yard line.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Melvin Gordon taking it in. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it first and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
Brings up second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on second and 8 at the 27-yard line. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a third and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
54, check, block 54. Right there, 54, right there, 54
From the gun, Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing his lock on third down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
45.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll try to run the option here. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And maybe there that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, block. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Steelers 28, Broncos 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after fall.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1 yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we're in halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
At the 30-yard line.
Block off of play action. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
45 to Mike, 45 to Mike. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Switch, switch. COVID-19.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
54 mark, 54 mark. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
54 mark, 54 mark. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. I got it. Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54 mark. I got him, Charlie.
Operating from the gun. Lock. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
54. Here we go. Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54. Let's go, defense.
On 3rd and long, it's Lock. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
3 plays and out.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Fielded at the 43. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Here we go. 97's the mic.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
4th down and 1.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
97's the mic. 97's the mic. Check, check, check. 97's the mic. 97's.
They'll try and run for it. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
He's brought down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 24.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
2nd and 14. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Now a handoff looking right. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tap go through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? And my goodness, another interception. picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
A 26-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Hey, one set. Check go. Mike 54. Hey, yeah, all day. I'm coming after you.
From the gun, Locke. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Mike 50.
Operating from the gun. Block. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Devin Bush, his 2nd sack of the night. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Man up, D. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Ready.
From the gun, Locke. He'll go up top here for... He's got it at the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler, 55 yards. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
Extra point.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend.
Well, that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Deep ball for Goodwin, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And now here is another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is now an even 30.
Is good. Makes the score Steelers 51, Broncos 21.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. The corner, Perry Nickerson, had the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Operating from the gun. Locke. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Back back to the air on second down. It's Locke. And my goodness, another interception. Locke picked off with great anticipation. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
The tackle
just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 49-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, Locke. And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This is a 26-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Devin Bush bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsay. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
Good game, Berber.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
Tonight's final score, Steelers.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.